when we celebrate a funeral. Even those words are strange. We celebrate it because it is a service of the church, and all of these are things that we do, and the word is to celebrate. And yet a funeral is an occasion for grief. When we do a funeral, it is important that we find the many things for which we can give thanks. We may give thanks for the life that our beloved brother Spiridon led. We may give thanks for the family that he leaves behind, that he was blessed to share that life with over 90 years, yes? We may give thanks that he has come through all of the dangers, all of the trials of the near century that he lived, safely, with love and joy and peace intact. And not only that he has done so, but that he has passed this joy of life, this understanding of what is important in life, that he has passed this on to children and to grandchildren. We may give thanks for the blessed marriage that he shared with his dear wife, now over a decade gone. We may give thanks that even in his death, he was able to avoid this last danger of the last century. That he was not forced to be separated from children and grandchildren until death itself took him. For all these things and the many more blessings that all of you know, it is good and right that we give thanks to God. But I do not urge you not to weep. I do not tell you that you should not be sad. Neither does St. Paul tell us so. He says that we should not grieve as those who do not have hope grieve. Which is to say, when Christian people grieve in the face of death, we do it in a different way than those others who do not confess and believe and hope in the resurrection. We grieve because our hearts are broken. We grieve because one whom we love deeply is gone from us. We grieve for our loss. We grieve for this wound in our lives and our hearts. We do not grieve for him. We are not worried about him. We know that those who die, who leave this life in the hope of the resurrection, are upheld and embraced by the hands of the Lord. That in paradise they are welcomed and embraced by the company of the saints and all the righteous and all those who have fallen asleep before us in the hope of the resurrection. We do not worry about him. Με αυτόν όλα είναι καλά. Γιατί τώρα είναι μέσα στα χέρια του Θεού. We do not worry about him because all is well with him. He is in the hands of the Lord. There is no safer place for him to be. And yet we grieve. We grieve for ourselves. We grieve our loss. And this is honest, and this is true, and this is right. We grieve because the hands, the voice, the back that built this family, those of you who are here and those of you who are watching, who are here in spirit, we grieve that now he is gone. And that task of upholding and sustaining the family now falls to you and to you. We grieve for the loss of his counsel, his encouragement, his smile, his laugh. And this is right. And yet we hope. We hope not just because all is well with him, because he rests now with the saints. We hope because in this season, as we come so close to the Lord's death and resurrection, we see so clearly the cause of our hope. Usually, when we do a service, we set out an icon of the Lord's resurrection so that everyone can kiss it. But we're not kissing icons right now. But up here, to the left, we have this same icon of the Lord's resurrection. And I beg of all of you, attend to this. It does not show the empty tomb. We have that elsewhere on the walls and on the icon screen. This shows Christ, after his death, descending into the place of the dead. And reaching down, he takes Adam and Eve by the hand and overturns and upends and undoes death and sin and reconciles fallen humankind with himself. And we know that after this, he rises from the dead, and the tomb is indeed empty. And he ascends into heaven and remains fully human, so that our broken and fallen nature is in him healed and perfected. And he becomes for us the firstborn of those who have fallen asleep, the firstborn from the dead, the prototype of humanity healed and restored and perfected. And therefore our hope, our confidence, dare I say our celebration, is that we stand on the brink, on the very threshold of an open door. It is not for us yet to pass through that door. But on the other side of that door is the resurrection, is the healing of all creation. And why do I say we stand at the threshold? Because this box in which our beloved Spiridon lies, in a moment we will close it. And we will not open it again. But it will be opened. Because on the last day, when the trumpet sounds and the voice of the Lord cries out, "Arise," the hand of the Lord will open this box and will take his hands as he took Adam and Eve's hands and will raise him up, and life and strength will return. This body, this box, this Spiridon will be raised up by the hand of the Lord. So I say we stand on the brink of eternity, of everlasting joy. And with tears streaming down our faces, even so we smile and we hope, remembering in the words of St. Paul, "O death, where is your sting? O hell, where is your victory? For Christ has risen, and we know with certainty that he will raise all of those who have hoped in the resurrection together with him. Therefore we grieve, and therefore we hope, and therefore we celebrate this funeral as Christians, somehow holding sorrow and joy together at once. I pray that all of you who grieve may find comfort and peace and hope in the Lord today and every day. May his memory be eternal. Aeonia imnimi aftu. Amen. This does conclude the funeral for our beloved brother. At this time, I will invite the family to come up to pay a final respect, and then we will anoint him with oil and earth, close the casket, and following him, we will go out of the church and go to the cemetery. God bless you all.